The level of rigor that I would expect from our school is just ratcheted up with this program.
Hey Epiphany families, Mr. Schleicher here. Hope that you're doing well. I'm sitting today with Mrs. Pinto. Many of you know her, and if you're a newer family, you'll get to know her throughout the year. She oversees a lot of things here at the school when it comes to the academic realm. Especially today, our discussion is centered on some curriculum pieces. And so with that, thank you, Ms. Pinto, for joining me and being a part of things today. Talking about a new curriculum coming out of a textbook publisher known as HMH, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. It's one of the largest textbook publishing companies in the nation. And in fact, their materials, their curriculum serves over 4 million people nationwide. The program itself is called HMH Into Reading. There's also HMH Into Literature. We've moved into a second version. It's actually the most up-to-date, most recent version of this program. And at the same time, it's been fully vetted by us and many people around the nation. So our 2nd through 5th graders will really focus on that reading piece and dovetailing nicely with Shirley English as well that's out there. 6th grade goes into this HMH into Literature. So applying some of the skills that were learned previously and then spawning into more analysis of literature. Mrs. Pinto, what are some of the things that families might want to know as their sons and daughters are coming home, first week of school, talking about we've got some new things going on in reading and literacy and learning to read and becoming better readers? What would they like to know?
So first thing you're going to notice is that 2nd grade group, we use super kids from kinder all the way to 2nd. So the change is really going to be big in 2nd grade. So a lot of those kids are familiar with that. The characters that are in that curriculum, and so that'll be a little bit different going into 2nd grade. However, we've aligned it so that it follows all the way, like you said, into 6th grade. So kids who are coming in at 3rd, 4th, 5th, what they're going to see is they're going to see a lot more books going home, decodable readers, books in hand, reading logs, a lot more time for teachers to focus on the craft of teaching the skills of reading, using mentor text, using focal text, and these are not just picked randomly. They're very research-based. They lend themselves really well to supporting the curriculum that will then stair-step as it goes through all the way up. So building on those skills and revisiting those each grade.
Yeah. What was really fun for me with the science of reading that's out there and how the HMH program is so rooted in the research, I just think that's really fantastic that we're able to bring that into our school and even in a newer package, a version 2?
Yeah, absolutely. And also just coming back, I've taught 1st grade, I've taught special ed, I've taught a lot of things. So this also helps with differentiation in the classroom, looking at a wealth of different learners and small lessons, big lessons. I think it really encompasses it all, and it allows the teacher the flexibility to add and still, because we never want to lose the really cool novel studies that Epiphany's always done in the upper grades. We want to add to those. Right. I know for myself, I have a 2nd grader coming and a 5th grader coming. The level of rigor that I would expect from our school is just ratcheted up with this program. And I'm excited to see it in place.
And Ms. Pinto, today, here as we're getting ready to start the school year, we were able to bring in an in-person trainer from HMH to work with those teachers directly. And I know you had a chance certainly to sit in on much of that training. And so tell us just a little bit about what was happening here today.
I did get to sit in, and it was a very collaborative spirit. All of our teachers were sitting in there, and we were able to just kind of delve into what does this look like in our classrooms, and even in my own role, how can I support you in implementing these things? Teachers had lots of questions. The trainer was even able to really sit with specifically like 2nd grade, how do I do my spelling test from this list, from this foundational phonics approach based list, which we might not be as into yet. She's finding that. We're finding the resources, and HMH is such a great company to work with because they have been problem solving any question we have had and moving on from that. The session felt very collaborative and very engaging, and I feel like our teachers are going to walk away ready to go. But I wonder as a parent, is this something that I can continue to see my child, like my 2nd grader, she's going to see this through to 6th grade, or is this something that you feel we're just piloting.
Yeah, this isn't just a pilot. This is a significant change, and actually the process that we went through internally to get to choosing this particular curriculum when it comes to English language arts, when it comes to reading, is one that we're going to continue to use in other academic disciplines in years to come. So for next summer, it's going to be a different academic discipline. Very well, it might be our math curriculum. And that would be then across the school, we'll evaluate things and say, as we raise the bar, raise the standards collectively across the board, what do we need to do in the math realm? Maybe the following year is science, and the following year is social studies, and we're fully invested. So when a second grader becomes eventually a few years from now a fifth grader, kind of like you have your two daughters of second and fifth, what they're going to have is momentum moving forward. They're going to understand a lot of the structure that the curriculum has provided, even though, yes, the rigor ratchets up each year, as you might expect, as students grow in their development of reading and so forth. But the structure will help them have some continuity, and that from there will propel us moving even into the middle school grades, where some of those novel studies get more introduced as well. How would you say we as a school at Epiphany will know that we're taking the steps in the right direction as it comes to maybe metrics as it relates to this new HMH focus on reading and literature?
Well, one thing that HMH offers that is different from a lot of other curriculums is that MAP scores and MAP data, they are married. So they're a similar company. So they lend themselves to analyzing MAP data based off of reading, Lexile levels, directly into the classroom on Lexile levels and whether or not students are growing. Again, with you saying that it's going to be continued on for a while, that this isn't just a one-off year, we'll be able to see that growth tracked. Maybe the growth isn't made from spring to summer, but maybe it's made from the spring of one year to the spring of the next year. And we'll be able to see that with our MAP data, as well as the continuation of the program vertically within the grade levels. I know that as we've discussed when we were working on our curriculum vetting process, how that would play into accreditation. And I don't know, like, how does that help, or how do you come about that when we're looking to be accredited ourselves?
Yeah, as you know, we're fully accredited, and we work to maintain that year over year. As much as we don't always have visit teams come in every year, but we do have requirements that we are held to for continuous improvement every single year. And curriculum is one that when visit teams do come in, they definitely take a very serious look at, as you know. And HMH being such a well-respected company, and they've had products and they deliver on those with the students that come forth through those curricular tracks. They are well respected. So when the visit team will come in next year at Epiphany, they will see that by that time we will have gone through this for a couple of years. And we will have worked out any kinks that happen on our campus, even though version 2 suggests that kinks have already been worked out from where it originated within the company that created it, because there are so many students and schools that use it. And so just the sheer volume, the sheer number of schools, 4 million students that interact with HMH literacy products every single year gives it a strength that we can then build on and say it's been vetted not just in our walls, but across the board. So those visitors that come in for accreditation absolutely will see this and say, oh, that's a strong program that Epiphany is using when it comes to moving beyond the basics of learning to read, building on those, and then trajecting toward middle school. Thank you so much for your expertise, and I know you've worked closely with others to help us as a school.
I'm excited to see it all play out and work with the teachers and really get these books out there.
Any final words for our families as they watch this video?
I would like for them to think that this isn't going to be something big and scary. It's not going to be overwhelming to kids. It's going to feel like reading is just going to be fun again for a lot of them, because of the way they've built this curriculum to encompass a lot of things like citizenship, and there's science, there's informative text, and it all wraps into this beautiful little bundle where reading is fun, writing is fun, and they should feel that when they take those books home and they're working with their children.
Thank you for your time and your expertise today. We appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.